It's the NFL on EA Sports, and it's Kool-Aid McKinstry. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Saints and the Titans. All that and more coming up next.
From the capital of Tennessee and of country music, for any of you fans out there, welcome to Nashville. We're at Nissan Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scotch, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Heward. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
We've got ourselves a fight in this one to get back above 500. Week 3 is underway. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down by Quay Walker. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now, Herbert. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They're now set for 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That's Mayer. He's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Got a man, it's Mayer. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Herbert throwing again. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now, it's starting with 6 as they come up on it, 1st and goal. Herbert to throw once more. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
All right, 1st sack on the board on the 1st drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Complete out to the right side. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. Into traffic, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans finish up an excellent opening series. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
That one splits the uprights. And the Titans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So now we're going to look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. They'll be led out by one of the league's promising young talents at quarterback in his first season out of Texas.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterbacking. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a big old win last week.
Sideline throw reeled in by Neighbors. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short on the 35. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 34. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. He's got Andrews. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Slot man in motion left. Throwing it again here. This is complete to Olave. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. All set up now for 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Putting a receiver in motion. From the 28. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. He's dropping back to throw. Hitting Olave on the slant. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That's good for 7 yards. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. 2nd and 10 now. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. 3rd and just 2 to go. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Touchdown, New Orleans! So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Cam Little to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. So Tennessee headed out for its second drive of the game. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
We'll have them gain about a handful there. Brought down by Quay Walker.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by Quay Walker. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's third and less than a yard. Here's Robinson up the middle, and he's brought down for a loss.
You felt it the second this play bounced toward the outside, this defense responded. They pounced. That was their chance to get to him before he could get the couple inches he needed for a first down.
Here comes the Titans punting unit. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Takes it in at the 21. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. He picks up 16 on the good return. And the Saints will get set to take over. New set of downs for him at the 38. Man in motion, headed right. Airing it out to start this drive. We've got a screen to the running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
2nd and 15. Gets this one to Andrews. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10 from the 41. Dropping back to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Titans ready to take over on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. 1st and 10, Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
First and 10 from the 41. They send him left out of the slot. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Called in left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. They motion a receiver left. Throwing now from the gun. Completed over the middle. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Play made there by Clark Phillips. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They're throwing it. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Caught near the pylon. Good gain here as he heads out of bounds. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Saints parlay the interception into points. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Saints make it a 10-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. He fields it from the 8. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. We're ready to go with the second quarter, and it's Titans football. They'll take over here, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Herbert from the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Play action now for Herbert. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Herbert throwing again. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Saints returning their offense and this running back to the field. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll run here on 1st down. They'll cobble together a yard there. That tackle made by Kobe Turner. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll send him over right. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Short pass brought in. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Throwing now on 1st down. It is Cup left side. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Back now, pressure on its way. Olave with the catch. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Into the hands of Olave. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
Into the hands of Neighbors. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a 16-point ball game. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Little tax on the extra point. And the Saints take a 3-possession lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. He's going to field this at the 2. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finds him over the middle. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Saints will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Saints headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Adisa Isaac stops him there. Here's a nickel look by the Titans. 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Sideline throw is incomplete. Should have been intercepted in all reality. Instead, 4th down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. So now here comes the Titans on offense. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock. A safety, really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Robinson, a 1st down and more. And he gets it forward to the 43-yard line. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down. Staying with Robinson. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Brought down by Quay Walker. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Could not beat the defender there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Herbert escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Punting unit out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He has it at the 22. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Pass play on 1st and 10. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. They've got a man in motion. To throw here on 1st down. Hits his running back. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's difficult on the defense.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to throw now. Andrews has it, work in the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. So it'll be 2nd down. Motioning left is Olave. 2nd and 10 now. This one's to Andrews outright. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
And the Titans opting for a 50B, a nickel set 3rd down. Andrews with the catch. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Cam Little now to attempt this field goal. 1 for 1 so far. This is from 40. The kick by Shudak is good. And that extends the lead to 20.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Herbert. Hits him on the out route. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 32. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Herbert from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Herbert throwing again. Throw reeled in by Mayer.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Now Herbert again. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
3rd down and 17.
Herbert back to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the deficit goes from 20 to 17.
I know they love that golf adage, drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. So at halftime, the Saints fighting to an advantage on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. The Rams seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, it's a short trip in the Sunshine State down to Miami, as the Dolphins are at home as well. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Keon Coleman, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Patrick Mahomes, a touchdown pass in the victory.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. This return starts at the 5. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They've got 1st down from the 31. Airing it out to start this drive. He's got Andrews. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. He'll throw it. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
The kick by Shudak is good, and that extends the lead to 20.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Titans are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throw left side, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Titans will have a 1st down. Slot receiver headed left. 1st and 10, Herbert. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. They send the tight end in motion left. 3rd down from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. Back to throw. The throw is caught.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
The kick by Shudak is good. And they push their lead to 23.
But when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway. And trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense, too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
Caught by Flowers. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. Running back sent in motion left. That's Mayer. He's got it. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd and 3 now. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. An option give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
They'll send out the punting unit. And they could really use a good one here. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. Still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Well covered on that play, really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
And he sent a man in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 31. Gets it to him on the screen. And this one does not go far.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Titans and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Got a man, it's Mayer. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there, brought down by Reek Woolen. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 29-yard line.
From the 29. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that makes it 3rd down. They put a receiver in motion here left. On 3rd down, Herbert. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And he's gonna go. It's a pick 6. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints grow their lead yet again. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Returning it from the 4. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And it's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To throw, Herbert. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Titans 1st down. 1st and 10.
Robinson on the inside give. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's going to push one deep down the... Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger.
Here comes the Saints offense. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
Here's the handoff. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need one more now on third down. Another carry for him. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Saints have it as we start the 4th, and they can probably go on cruise control with that lead. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Motion man sent left. Here's 2nd and 11. This is complete to Olave. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you can depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Pass play on 1st and 10. He finds Kincaid. And he gets this forward to the 19.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Give them 3 yards, and they're just inches away on third down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
So yet again, they're turning to him to try to put 3 on the board. From the left hash, 34 yards away. The kick by Shudak is good. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Has this at the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. This offense making its way back out now. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And this one doesn't go far. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, the QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer, or he's not going to endure this season.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential first down.
New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Rolling left, buying some time. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Cut near the goal line. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Throwing now, off play action. Gets himself free. Bale. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
You get into the red zone, and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. They'll try and throw it here. This one's caught. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
The kick by Shudak is good. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Well, he's getting into the territory that's great for him as an individual, Kate. There aren't many kickers who can brag they've made this many kicks, 6 in one game. But this is also, well, not great for the offense because this means 6 times they've gotten within range but couldn't find their way to the end zone.
Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Here comes their offense out again. The turnover on downs only led to 3. Obviously better than a touchdown, but enough to rattle them a bit as they return to the field. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32. Herbert on first down. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Throwing now, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. Into the red zone. To the house for a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans making the scoreboard look a touch better. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Brings it in at the 12. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. The Titans and Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. And he has kept his pace up in the 2nd half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. That's Mayer, he's got it! And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Go, hey, go, go, go.
Now Herbert to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Herbert throwing again. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 48-yard line.
That's the 2-minute warning here in Nashville. Titans trying to do some window dressing. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Herbert again. He just throws this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Got a man, it's Mayer. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Desperation time here on 4th. Searching, and they get to him and hold him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
The New Orleans offense set to go now. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Lone back gets the handoff. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 4. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. So this is a win on the road for the Saints. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Saints as we say goodbye from Nashville.